I don't drink soda. Cranking out the big balls. Cranking out the big balls. Kind of sounds dirty when you put it in like a different context.
Yeah, right? Cranking out the big balls.
You got this child, and his mom's trying to get through to him, saying, stop cranking out the big balls, and he just won't stop cranking out the big balls.
No, it's too much fun, dude. It just connects.
Yeah.
Especially before computers, like, it was connects.
Yeah.
I guess there was computers, but they sucked.
Cranking out the big balls.
Okay, do you want to go through the pre-show checklist?
Yeah.
Real quick?
Yeah.
We got a computer here. We got
Check.
Soundboard.
Check.
Light.
Check.
Light. We got a light. We got lights here. We got a
Check.
light. We got that guy, Smart Plug, Free Candy. Are you good? Are you ready?
Check.
Okay, I think he's probably ready. We have the new... This is even more new sound that we got. And we got this... Clicked it. We clicked it already. All right, yeah, we're ready. You ready?
Yeah. I thought we were going.
Computer, count down from 5.
Crank. Computer.
Oh.
Count down from 10.
Okay, here's countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
Gives us a little
5,
extra time,
4,
I like
3,
Yeah.
2, 1.
Yo, thank you for... Computer, don't step over the intro.
Jesus Christ.
You're going to keep talking. You know that you weren't even supposed to say 2 and 1. You're supposed to be quiet during that. God, I lost my train of thought. What was I saying?
Cranking out the big balls.
I was saying, yo, welcome to the Natural Habitat Podcast. My name is Mikey Booyah.
My name's Awesome Ty.
Computer is here. You already know that because he's trying to, take lead over here, try to be main host.
Yeah.
Smart Plug's here. He's not allowed to talk still. He was saying some wild shit. We actually turned his speaker back on. He got a little weird.
Yeah.
Turn it back off. Free Candy's up in Canada. Last. Say hello, Free Candy.
Free Candy, can you hear us, bud?
No, he hears us. It's us that we can't. No, we can't
off,
hear him.
I would hear him.
You'd hear him?
No, I can't hear him either
From
way.
up there? Just his voice coming down? Do we have any more hosts that I'm missing?
No, not this week.
William Waffles is in Oregon. He's not really doing any sort of hosting duties this week.
But he's
there. He's in
there,
Oregon.
Yeah.
So first off, this is becoming the year of apologies because last episode we apologized for, losing the episode before. And this episode, we're going to apologize for last week's episode was in some sort of, what would you call it? It wasn't in mono or stereo. It was in one channel.
Yeah, you can only hear one channel. I'm not sure. Like stereo is a mix of
you call it
both
up
channels.
Yeah.
But in any event, we're sorry. I mean, I wouldn't say sorry necessarily.
No, because it's an easy fix. You could watch it on.
Yeah, and
laptop.
It's like, who the fuck are you to treat us like you've never made a mistake?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think you're that perfect? I'd like to see you come and do a podcast 715 weeks in a row.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
not happening.
No.
It's not happening. So maybe you should be a little less judgmental of us and sit there and be grateful for all the content we provide you instead of, they only hear one audio channel. Oh, sir, there's only one audio channel. We don't care, okay? We don't care.
No.
So knock it off. Stop being a little bitch and just enjoy what we give you.
You could watch it on your phone. That plays in mono no matter what. You could watch it with one headphone in, one
just
earbud.
Don't watch it at all for all I care. No, not necessarily. But
you could turn it down.
Saying.
Here, look. Here's the exercise. Turn it down. Turn on subtitles. Pretend you're deaf. That's a good exercise to humble yourself.
Yeah.
So, this week we have an even newer setup. We have a different setup that we've chained everything through, and now this should be great. So far, everything looks like it's going good.
In theory, we haven't run into any obstacles so far. So far, so good, I guess.
Mm-hmm. One thing is that this light, the on-air light, went out.
Oh.
So we are. I don't want to cause any sort of confusion. We are on air. This light is not on, but it still doesn't change the fact that we're on air. I don't want people to get
Well, you know what? We're not going to apologize for that either. If you want the on-air light on so bad, maybe send us some money so we can replace the AA batteries in it. You know, like, do you think we're just made of AA batteries?
No, I replaced the batteries. And it's not working. Now, the batteries that I put in, I did just kind of find laying around, so they could be old batteries that I took out of it last time. I don't know. But it's not working, and I just wanted to clear it up.
We're just acknowledging it. We're not apologizing again.
You're the one that's getting hot.
I am getting hot because they're sitting there mocking us, complaining about this and that, not appreciating what we give. We give them so much, and they just consume, never giving anything back, never shouting out, never sounding off, never subscribing, never sharing, just doing absolutely nothing, like a bunch of fucking worthless ants.
You know what?
No, you know what ants do more than you guys are you're sloth-like. You just sit there and slowly move about, but you don't contribute anything to society.
And this is only a percentage of our audience. Which, albeit a high percentage, it's just a percentage. But if you feel like you fall within that percentage, then you can go ahead and add yourself to our list of enemies that we put out.
Yeah, you can go ahead and think that I'm talking about everybody else but you, but I'm talking specifically about you.
You're on notice. All right.
Yeah, we can move on now. I feel like I got that off my chest.
Okay, good. You feel good?
Yeah, I feel real good.
Nice. So I want to talk about one of the biggest stories in the last week, and that is aliens at the Miami Mall. Now, you said that you haven't really heard anything about this. I haven't
heard anything about this. I've never been to the Miami Mall. I've never seen aliens, so I'm completely foreign to this story.
Okay, so you are familiar with aliens, right?
The Sigourney Weaver picture from the 80s.
No. Aliens, like the concept of just like a being.
Like a space alien?
Yeah, like a space alien being from another planet.
Yeah,
right?
Like the X-Files.
So, there's this mall in Florida. You know Florida.
See, are there malls in Florida still? Like, does anybody have malls?
Well, Florida's behind.
True.
They're like 15, 20 years behind culturally. So they still have malls.
Okay.
But they're like, a lot of the stores are shut down, and most of the other stores got eaten up by JCPenney, so it's mostly JCPenney.
It's just a gargantuan JCPenney that keeps expanding a little bit further and
with like
eating
a
up
food
all these
court
little...
and a Sephora like on the end. So this mall, people started calling in reports of 8 to 10 foot tall beings that were walking around the mall, right? Or outside of the mall. Then, massive police presence, like 300 cop cars pulled up. There should be
to investigate these aliens.
Right?
Okay.
Like hella cop cars, just a string of cop cars all the way up the road. And their radios went to a private channel, so it wasn't going out on the police scanner anymore. I guess in the city, they had the ability to listen to 911 calls on like the city's website or whatever. And probably not live, but like within the past like hour or some shit. And that was deactivated. No 911 call listening allowed. Power was cut to 65,000 homes surrounding the mall. Flights were grounded at the airport that was like 20 minutes away. Then, after all said and done...
all the smoke clears, all the dust settles.
The official word from the cops to the media is that some kids got in a fight at the mall. And they were lighting off fireworks outside. And just causing a kerfuffle.
Kids being kids.
Kids being kids. And that made, 300 cop cars show up. and they had to ground flights and cut power and change the private channels for some kids having
long
a fight.
story short, no aliens.
And there's no footage, no ground footage from down there. There's one grainy video of an alien, like bunch of cop cars on the side of the building, and then there's this like tall looking thing that's moving around, and they got a spotlight on it. But you know, conveniently, that's the one video that's in 420p.
Now, tell me this.
Every other video is HD. That one's 420p.
Has Alex Jones weighed in on this yet?
I don't know. I don't think Alex Jones, his content isn't available anywhere. You gotta go to his website.
You gotta go on like the dark web, onion browser type deal to find him.
Yeah, you gotta go through some deep...
you gotta jump through some
dark
hoops
holes
to get Alex Jones's take. Well, I'd be curious to hear what Alex Jones has to say, just because, I mean, I feel like we can't be trusting what the government tells us, as he's told us many times now. You know, the government's constantly fabricating these stories and sending these crisis actors. And, I mean, who's to say really what is and what isn't at this point?
They turned the frogs gay or whatever, the government
They may have. You know, they faked the whole Sandy Hook thing. So, like, I want to know whether they're faking the Miami Mall alien invasion or not. And, again, until we get confirmation from Alex Jones one way or the other, like, this just feels a little fishy to me.
True. If anybody does have access,
I'm just kidding. They didn't fake the Sandy Hook thing, though. I shouldn't.
I don't think you could legally say that.
Yeah. I definitely should not.
Yeah, we might even want to.
Sandy Hook was a real tragedy. Is all the school shootings are. No laughing matter. Aliens, on the other hand, more of a laughing matter. You can kind of still joke about aliens.
Yeah, you can goof about aliens, and you know, I think that if somebody does have access to Alex Jones's website and is behind his paywall, then send us a clip. Like,
let us know.
Let us know what he says, because that really will be the deciding factor on it. It's up in the air.
It's got to be.
But I think it was black helicopters, and with black helicopters come men in black.
Aren't typically most helicopters black though?
Well, blackout helicopters that have no lettering or symbols on them, like most helicopters are like required to have like markings, and then also lights. Like I think
right, these helicopters they're just like stealth.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's always a sketchy thing.
Yeah.
But I think that aliens came to the mall. They wanted to get Orange Julius. They wanted to check out the Sunglass Hut.
Yeah, and then they just quickly saw that the mall had deteriorated. There's no more, no more bookstores. You no longer have even a Hot Topic anymore in some of these malls. So they very quickly were like, "Oh, this was a complete waste of our time. Let's get back to our ship. Go to a different mall." And then,
at least. Malls don't even play music over the loudspeaker anymore when you're walking. Like, I assume in Florida where they still have malls. It's just like a weird, dark, desolate, everything's closed type of vibe. It's like when you go, I don't know if you've ever gone to the Santa Cruz Boardwalk.
Yeah.
And you accidentally go there on a day where things aren't open.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's just an eerie feeling.
Yeah, it's creepy. And that's what every mall that's left feels like, I guarantee. And this one has aliens. So aliens are there. Aliens are real. I'm going to say that's proof enough for me. Look at this. You see this, this guy, it's circled? It's an alien.
Oh, that's the alien there.
Yeah, you see that blob?
Oh, wow.
Alien, dude. 100%.
That's crazy.
This is an alien, too. So, they saw aliens, man.
That's cool. That's neat. We've been hearing a lot about these aliens throughout our whole lives. So to finally be in an age where they're making themselves visible,
and they just recently
coming out of the shadows and becoming part of mainstream culture, these aliens, and I welcome it. You know what I mean? Like, assuming these aliens don't mean us any harm, I welcome them into the United States just as I do all immigrants. Mm-hmm. I'm practicing an open border policy where it's just a free flowing border. We can come and go as we please.
Yeah,
you know,
give me
there's
your week and
yeah,
you're
there's
tired
no
and-
immigration, there's no ICE, now if that becomes a problem for me to like directly and starts impacting my ability to get places in a timely fashion or to find work, then I might reevaluate my stance on that at a later time. But you know what? Until that becomes a personal burden for me, I'm saying, you know, like, let's immigrate. Let's migrate, baby.
Yeah, come on in. We want to, because they probably have cool, like, food
Yeah.
and entertainment.
Yeah. Cool languages. Like, you can have some of my language. I'll take some of yours and we'll make a new language.
Yeah.
We'll make Spanglish.
So, yeah, dude, I think that the government just told us that aliens are real. They just had that that whole, like, meeting in Congress with that guy who told all of his alien stories. They released the Tic Tac video. And I think that this is just another small step towards
it's just the tip of the iceberg
Mhm.
as far as all these aliens go. And, you know, I can only imagine that there's just going to be more and more of these aliens, you know, appearing now that they know that, hey, everything's cool here.
Mhm.
We mean them no harm.
And I think that they're probably being held in some sort of detention center by the UN. I saw a video from the UN today that was just released like a couple hours ago. And one of the guys that works there or is like on the board has a powdered wig.
Like one of those old timey, like
Yeah.
British Parliament powdered wigs.
Yeah. It was insane to see.
That's kind of concerning. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like, I don't necessarily know that if that's somebody that I want participating in the United Nations.
No, and he looked like a bigwig.
Yeah, I
No
mean,
pun intended.
and I mean, that's the thing about the United Nations is you've got like America, you know, even
America's cool.
Canada.
Canada's cool.
Canada's fine. Mexico's fine. But then you've got some of these like sketchier countries that we don't know so much about. We got Switzerland. Nobody really knows what's going on over in Switzerland.
Yeah,
it's
they
a
make
closely guarded
chocolate
secret.
and
And
knives.
yeah, so I mean, some of these sketchier countries that maybe don't see the amount of attention that, you know, the mainstream countries do, you can't help but wonder, like, what are they up to? And like, should I be concerned of you know, Greenland or Iceland or
Yeah.
any of these other
I
European
heard that
countries?
Iceland is green and Greenland is frozen.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Yeah, that's weird.
So, I mean, I think we need to be more selective as to which countries America lets into the United, because it's like America's United Nations, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's not.
Computer, give me a random country.
Here is a country, Brazil.
Brazil?
Brazil, yeah. Like, what are these Brazilians hiding?
They
We
have
don't know.
is Brazilian nuts a thing?
Brazil nuts.
Brazil nuts?
Brazil nuts.
Brazil nuts? Are they
Brazil.
not from Brazil?
You know, I couldn't tell you, but I also know Brazilian women are known to have just glorious posteriors.
BBLs?
Just, yeah, these nice round asses, and I mean, like, why not Brazilian asses?
Yeah.
I guess I'm kind of, you know, falling off track here, but
So Brazil's cool? Because of the asses?
yeah,
All right,
Brazil
Brazil's
can
cool.
stay in the United
Computer,
Nations.
give me a country. Computer, give me a country.
Here is a country, Palau.
Palau. Now, I don't even know where Palau
Yeah,
is.
see this one. I mean, there's a lot of unanswered questions on Palau.
Mm-hmm.
We don't really know who's running Palau. We don't know like what kind of government do they have. Do they have like an authoritarian dictatorship going on
we
down
don't
there?
know.
We just don't know.
Now, if I'm going to guess, a completely ignorant guess, I'm going to say Palau is probably somewhere near like Vietnam. And it's like a rainforesty, kind of swampy, lots of rivers, and maybe the guys got boats, you know.
yeah, like a swift boat, like the John Kerry.
So do we want,
Swift
look,
boat,
every once in a
Vietnam,
while, I like to go to the lake, right? You know, you can go out to the lake. I found out you could rent a boat for like $40.
$40.
Crazy. They give you a whole boat. So I'd be going out on the boat.
So you're out there you're out there in Palau or out here in America?
No, out here in America. And if we let people from Palau into America, lakes are going to be full. The boats are going to be rented out.
Oh, so you're saying go back on what we had just talked about as far as like the open border policy, shut the borders down
For
specifically to Palau.
Yeah.
Okay. So all you Palauians out there, you're just going to have to hold off on.
No. Actually, isn't this to keep them off of the United Nations?
I mean, it's kind of both.
So keep them off. So off the United Nations.
Oh,
equals
definitely.
Out of America.
Yeah, Palau's definitely not in the United Nations,
Okay.
and we're also going to keep them from migrating over here.
All right, computer, give me a country.
Here is a country. Wales.
Wales?
Yeah, no Wales.
No, why not?
No, because you got it's just like a weird country. Like, you've got the Prince of Wales, who's also the Prince of England. So I'm assuming that by proxy, England is some sort
Wales
of
is
offshoot
England.
of England. Yeah, and it's like,
Yeah.
we already have to deal with the English. They're already on the United Nations. I'm pretty sure we
But
can't kick them off.
What about
Like-
Welch's grape juice?
No, that's a different Welch.
No, that's Welsh. Like, because I'm Welsh. I'm part Welsh, not fully.
Yes, like, so you're from Wales.
Yeah. I'm not from Wales.
Welch's is...
Welch's grape juice.
Yeah, that's like a different thing.
No, it's the recipes from Wales.
No, it's not.
I would know. I'm fucking Welsh.
Computer, who founded Welch's grape juice?
He's not listening to you, dude, because he knows that I'm right. He's not going to answer you.
Computer, who founded Welch's grape juice?
I don't know that.
Computer, who founded Welch's grape juice?
No, he's not listening. Computer, give me a country. Computer, give me a country.
Here is a country. Kenya.
Kenya's cool.
Yeah, I'm picturing like cheetahs in Kenya. Is that where cheetahs come from?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
cheetahs.
Yeah, I mean, they got you, right?
Yeah.
Cheetahs. You got Kenyans, which the only thing I know about Kenyans is that a lot of them like run fast in the Olympics.
Oh, see, is that where I'm getting a cheetah mixed up? I'm just getting Kenyan citizens mixed up with the notoriously fast-running cheetah.
What was the guy who's?
Or do you suppose that these Kenyans are picking up?
Usain Bolt was Kenyan.
They're
right?
picking up running tips from these cheetahs that they're living with every day, and that's how. Yeah,
they see it.
I mean, that sounds right.
Oh wait, I was gonna. Kenya's cool. Right.
You're good, Kenya.
You're good. So yeah, that's just a few countries that we wouldn't let into the UN and America. A new segment. Let us know. Sound off if you want to hear us go through more countries.
Yeah.
So another big thing that happened, probably a lot bigger than the alien thing, 'cause nobody cares about aliens.
No, not at all.
Gypsy Rose was released from prison.
Who's Gypsy Rose?
So Gypsy Rose is a girl whose mother had Munchausen by proxy syndrome, where she pretended that her daughter was sick even though she wasn't,
Mm-hmm.
and would like give her all this medicine that she didn't need, and like fucked up her body and shit, and then would like shave her head and keep her in a wheelchair and do all like, oh, she's sick, you can't go out because you're sick, and the doctors say that, you know, you need to do that, but none of it was real. She was totally healthy. Then she started changing like her age when she got older, and she kept her young. And then Gypsy Rose, the daughter, met this guy on a Christian dating app
Mm-hmm.
or website. She told him about everything that was going on with her life.
Filled them in on the deets.
Filled him in. And then he came to the house and murdered her mom.
See, that doesn't seem very Christian.
That's not very Christian.
Not at all.
But it does seem like the type of guy that would be on a Christian dating website.
Perhaps, yes.
And then they got arrested. And he got, like 25 years for the murder.
Yeah.
And she got 10 years for planning it, for like conspiring a murder.
And she's out. She's a free woman.
And she just got out.
Now, do you suppose that she's like out there like a hardened criminal now, having come out of this prison, and she's out planning the deaths of others
Yes.
potentially?
Yeah. I think so. I definitely
It's definitely a cause for concern then.
She has a new boyfriend, too, which is alarming.
Is he another fellow she met on the Christian dating website, or did she learn her lesson there?
I don't know. I think that she's being really elusive to where she's like, she's posting pictures, and one of them was like a profile picture.
And how did you come to meet this Gypsy Rose?
So there was a bunch of documentaries made about her. They did like a small documentary, and then they did a big Netflix documentary about it, and then they did a like dramatization version that was like acted out. What's that called?
A dramatization.
There's a term for that where they take like a true story and make a movie about it.
Yeah, I'm not sure. The word's escaping me.
So they they made a movie about it, and then it was all like number one on Netflix and stuff, I guess. Which I don't really keep up with number one on Netflix.
Yeah, me either.
But it was number one, and then she just got out, and now everyone's like rooting for her.
Oh, people are rooting for her, see, because
Yes.
that's actually a bit confusing, because typically with gypsies, they go town to town and are known to kind of scam people, and pull the wool over their eyes, and kind of grift all these different people as they, skip through various towns.
Now,
So-
I think this is the part that's probably going to put a lot of things together for you. She's not a gypsy.
She's not a gypsy.
Not a gypsy.
She's just named Gypsy.
Her name's actually like Marissa Tomei Robinson.
Tomei Robinson.
or something like that, yeah. Computer, what's Gypsy Rose's real name?
Gypsy Rose's birth name is Toshiko Shimizu, and she was born on December 18, 1934.
Toshiko Sumizo, and she was born in 34?
She's 100 years old, and they pretend that she was 7.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, that's somebody else. Some other Gypsy Rose, obviously. Let's see. Because her real name is... I know that her mom's name was like Dee Dee. Or something like that.
Gypsy Rose Blanchard.
Gypsy Rose Blanchard. And her real name...
Dee Dee Blanchard. Claudine Blanchard. Nicholas Blanchard. Rod Blanchard. Claudine Blanchard.
So maybe her name was Gypsy.
Lori Villo Blanchard. Just one of the Blanchards for sure, right? Gypsy Rose Blanchard.
So yeah, I guess her name is Gypsy Rose Blanchard. So,
Okay, but she's still not a gypsy. So
not a
that's-
gypsy.
I mean, that right there is kind of like a swerve in the story that you didn't see coming.
I'm gonna actually just for good measure, I'm gonna Google Gypsy Rose a gypsy.
See, if I were the documentarian and I was presenting this story, I would that would be like a halfway mark twist that I would include. Like this entire time you're setting it up thinking that, this woman's a gypsy. Then halfway through the documentary, maybe on like episode 4 or something, it's like the end of episode 4, like newsflash, she's not a gypsy.
Yeah,
And that's going to change everyone, because people typically have a real low opinion of these gypsies, because oftentimes they've been cheated by one, or they've given them like a bad tarot card reading, or they have a bad experience with the gypsies in their town.
yeah.
So they're assuming the worst. They're
folk.
assuming that this Gypsy Rose Blanchard is completely guilty, and then you come to find out, nope, she's just a regular person like you or I.
Yeah, not a gypsy at all. Doesn't even know anything about gypsy culture. She was raised sick in bed. She doesn't know shit about shit.
It's wild, man. That's wild stuff.
So, she's out, and do we support Gypsy Rose?
No,
or do we
no,
not?
no.
I don't think we do. Right?
I mean, like, I know you told me she's not a gypsy, but still, I don't know if I can believe that,
yeah,
because gypsies are known to dupe people. Who's to say that you're not trying to dupe me right now by telling me that she's not a gypsy when clearly she is? Her name is Gypsy.
her name is Gypsy. I could be duping by proxy,
Yeah,
like a Munchausen by proxy type
yeah.
thing.
So I mean, I'm not going to say that she's in the wrong here, but I can't support a gypsy.
So yeah, Gypsy Rose is free. We're not supporting that.
Yeah.
We're not cool with it.
No.
let's see. Now there's something in here. This note about a new news website.
Oh yes. We have a new news website.
We do?
No, there's a new news website.
That's what I thought. There's
new
like
a brand
website.
new news website where you can get like just the facts and the straight shooting information. And I mean, you can't really consider any news source to be like, only the truth, but this is as truthful as it gets. This is as mainstream as it gets. They're not going to mislead you.
No,
it's
right down the middle.
Yeah.
It's
right down the middle. It's facts, and it is called
what's it
news
called?
Newsheadlinepress.com. Newsheadlinepress.com. So
you found an article on here that mentioned us.
Yeah,
that brought us up.
No.
Wait, no. You found an article that was what the article say.
We should have coordinated this before. It's just all good. It's all everything on there. It's good content.
So whatever. I forget what it was, but he found an article, sent it to me. I was like, wow, that's crazy. Is this even a reputable source? I look and I see newsheadlinepress.com.
It's the most reputable source. And with a name like News Headline Press, obviously that's to be expected, that it's just a very reputable, forthright news outlet. But we just wanted to let you guys know that anytime you want to check something out and get just the facts, so you can, form your own educated opinion. You head over to newsheadlinepress.com.
Now, is there a way to contact them on the website? I don't remember.
I'm sure that'll be coming soon. It's a new news website, so they're still getting all their.
And that's good because it's on the cutting edge.
Oh yes, yeah. So you're gonna look at it and think like, wow, this doesn't look like the most professionally done website, but really, like that's cutting edge itself.
Yeah.
Like they're going for more of like a minimalist approach as far as the web design, but that's that's ahead of the curve right now. In a couple of months, like all the news websites are gonna just look like it was made in 1997.
Because all these websites, they spend way too much time and energy and effort on headers. They do embedded videos.
Yeah, they do too much, and it's like who are you trying to fool here?
Why don't you do the news?
Yeah, just stick to the facts here.
I want news. I want headlines, and I want press.
Yeah,
that's it.
Exactly. So,
and they're doing HTML.
And we're not being sponsored by News Headline Press at this time. I think that would be kind of a conflict of interests.
Yeah.
And, like I said, they're reputable.
But
so
I would bookmark them because you're going to need them in the future.
Yes.
For sure.
Expect to hear a lot more out of this News Headline Press because, again, they're doing great work over there.
Mm-hmm. They really are. Now, I also see some note in here about Jewish tunnels discovered. Is that a thing?
Did you not hear about this?
No.
Oh, wow.
What happened?
Oh, wow. Like, I got to be real careful as to how I tell this story as to not come across as anti-Semitic.
Yeah. So maybe just like
maybe we should head over to News Headline Press to see if they have it, because I'm sure they would have phrased it really well. But for now, I will just kind of give you the gist of it. So how I heard it was there was supposedly this guy, I believe in New York, and he's started saying that I'm not crazy, but I hear Jewish people under my house. I hear little Jewish people under my house at night, and people obviously thought he was just some sort of schizophrenic, anti-Semitic, just whack job, right?
Mm-hmm.
It turns out he was not lying. There were some Hasidic, is that the word? Hasidic?
Yeah.
Jewish
like
people? Yeah. That had built an underground tunnel like across like a street going from like their synagogue. So I don't know where they were trying to tunnel to. I don't know what their end game was because they got discovered, in the process. But it turns out that there were Hasidic Jews living down under this man's house. And he, like when he heard Yiddish speaking, it wasn't because he was schizophrenic. It
and
was
the tunnel stopped. They hadn't built it all the way.
Yes, yeah. I don't think they had built it all the way, but there were people living down in the tunnel.
They just had blankets and they were just like eating like cured meats, and they were like, "Oy, it's a little hot in here. I feel like
I feel like you're making it a little too racist there, but I can't really disconfirm that that's not the case. So
I wonder where they were.
It's just really weird, and it's like maybe this isn't the time for Jewish people to be like creating the illusion that they're conspiring. Like maybe it would be best
I think just one. This was just one group of guys that did this.
Still, though, I mean, it's not really. I think
they just happened to be Jewish.
I mean, like, people are already concerned about how our Jews are running everything, and then you find that they're
I don't think people are concerned about that. I think that a select group of people.
I'm just saying, you're basically giving Kanye more firing power here.
Yeah, true. So maybe just don't tunnel
Yeah, that's
right now.
a crazy story, and hopefully there's, hopefully they've worked it all out, filled in the tunnels, told these guys, hey, you can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
You can't tunnel under the street. Like this isn't some sort of cartoon here. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Now, next I want to talk about something that's really exciting. This is something that we've been saving the announcement for.
If you're not watching this on YouTube, you can hear that I'm rubbing my hands together in anticipation for this announcement.
Yeah, everybody's ready for this tense announcement. I thought I had music queued up on here, but I don't. I thought I was going to do like we want to announce the first annual Natural Habitat Podcast Sweepstakes galore extravaganza. We're doing a sweepstakes,
How about
baby.
Sweepstakes?
Sweepstakes. What is a sweepstakes?
A sweepstakes is like where people enter this contest. Sometimes like they'll send us $5 in the mail, or somehow they enter the sweepstakes, and then the winner receives whatever the grand prize of the sweepstakes, and then typically there's like a second and third place prize, but everybody is in it for the grand prize. Yeah. After that grand prize, that's what your eyes are on.
So we are shortly, probably next week or the week after, we're going to be announcing the prize tiers.
The prize, and we're going to let you know exactly how you can enter the Natural Habitat Podcast first annual sweepstakes.
Sweepstakes galore. Extravaganza, I think I said, but I don't think extravaganza is part of it.
No, but I mean, it is a sweepstakes.
I do like galore. Galore is a cool.
Now, for instance, this is not what we're promising you, right? Because Toys R Us is closed, but in the 90s, Nickelodeon had a toy run sweepstakes where first place was a 5-minute toy run through a Toys R Us store where you could just load as many toys into your cart as you could fit. And you have just a couple minutes to do so.
Can you imagine 5 minutes?
Yeah, the Nickelodeon Toys R Us toy run was an example of like a awesome sweepstakes, and I can only assume that ours is going to be that level of quality, if not exceeding it.
Now, what we could do is partner like we have in the past with Dollar Tree.
Dollar Tree, yeah, maybe like a Dollar Tree, but I mean,
like a 30-second Dollar Tree run, maybe a minute.
Yeah,
because people, if they're arming stuff, you can only get one of each item. You can't just like swipe a whole shelf into your cart like they do in the.
And this might be a situation where like you do the Dollar Tree run and then discuss it with the Dollar Tree people afterwards, after the fact.
Like pay?
No, just explain to them, hey, like I won this sweepstakes. The guys at Natural Habitat Podcast told me that I have this 30-minute window or 30-second window to just collect as much merchandise. And I mean,
and they already ran it, and it was on the honor system. They were like, I already ran my sweepstakes time. I didn't go over 30 seconds.
I mean, because obviously, like
this is what I got.
We're on a deadline here. We don't want to make the people wait forever for us to get a hold of Dollar Tree Corporate and hammer all the details out.
We'll give you a slip. Yeah. You take the slip there. You show it to the manager. They're overworked, underpaid.
Yeah, sometimes there's no employees in the Dollar Tree, and it's already on like an honor system type deal. So,
or there's 5 employees, and only one is checking everybody out, and the rest of them are just over by the balloons talking.
Yeah, and you got to assume that these Dollar Tree employees could care less anyways. So, I think it'll all be fine.
And as long as you don't, because in the end, we're going to be paying for this, figuratively. with the paper.
Essentially.
So, as long as you don't go overboard, they'll be fine.
Yeah, so we're going to hammer out the details, find a way to make this whole thing profitable for ourselves, because obviously, like, that's really what's at stake here is us getting some money out of this whole thing.
Yeah.
But we're going to make it worth your while, too, or at least the grand prize winners.
And it can be roundabout money, like, we could trade engagement, which will turn into, CPM and transfers from the SEO into enactments.
Yeah, we'll have Jerry, like
Jerry will crunch
iron
the
out
numbers.
the fine details, but
so
that's exciting.
It's
exciting, man.
That's
I'm
coming,
excited.
the big sweepstakes, man. It's going to be great. And I'm really excited, and I hope that you are too, because it's going down in a big way. The booing one went off on accident, and it was really long. Now, we also have computer. What's going on in China?
Oh, yeah.
In the news, from Press Trust of India, China on Friday denied an American think tank report alleging that its vast fleet of scientific research ships is collecting data from the oceans, including in the Indian Ocean, for military purposes, especially for submarine operations, saying that the Chinese vessels' operations are in line with the UN Convention on Law of the Seas.
This is big trouble in Big China.
Yeah, this has been big trouble in Big China. Damn you, China.
Oh, is it over?
Oh, I thought so.
Oh, I thought that was the intro for Big Trouble in Big China.
Oh,
we probably
okay.
shouldn't go in too hard.
Yeah.
That's good. That was Big Trouble in Big China. A favorite. Yeah, I mean, I think we're.
You want to just get out of here?
Yeah, I think we're good. We ran our regular time, and now we're running the light. We're getting the light from Jerry. So we love you guys. We'll see you next week. And there was one other thing that we usually say at the end.
That's all, folks.
Natural Habitat Recordings.